What's going on, everybody? This is Billy Truelove with Podcast 1558. Let's go ahead and put a pin in this Frank Clark update. All right, guys. As we talked last week, Frank Clark was set to go back to court July 14th for his arraignment on his March case that he caught for possession of a illegal firearm. That has been postponed to October. Yeah, you kind of had to expect that was going to happen. Just like you can expect, he certainly is not going to see any punishment anywhere near close to 3 years in prison. He will not be seeing prison from the inside at all for this. So that is going to save him as far as 2021 is concerned. That date is on a Monday right after we are traveling back from Philly. If that date doesn't push back, I will be a little interested to see what happens. Because anyone can get cut at any time, and when there's almost $19 million on the line, so we'll see. But I really doubt that happens. I would imagine it gets pushed back again. He will get a schedule for the July Lamborghini Uzi incident, or that really took place in June. He will get a date for that as well. All of this, I am confident, will take place in the off-season after this year. So, all in all, not a bad thing for the Chiefs. Certainly not a bad thing for this position group going into this year. Like I said, young secondary, losing Bashaud Breeland, who was the best, in my opinion, the best corner on our team, especially when it comes to experience. And I mean, he's been under the big lights now, and he's got a ring. I see Chiefs fans knock Bashaud Breeland. That's Super Bowl champion Bashaud Breeland to you. But anyways, Snead is up and coming, very young. Ward is very good. I'm a big fan of Ward. Linebacking core, very young. All I'm saying is they get a huge benefit from any push that this defensive line can get. Having Frank Clark there certainly probably keeps Chris Jones inside more often. Like I said, I am not one ready or excited to see him playing outside a lot. Having Reed next to him this year is going to be the best interior neighbor he has had since being a Chief. I do want to go back to what we talked about last time from Spot Track on Twitter, that while if he doesn't get suspended, we're not going to get that savings of $18.5 million, but the Chiefs can request that $11.4 million of his $19 million signing bonus be paid back. If it's a request that can take place, I don't believe it's going to be specific to whether he gets suspended or not. They could still request that money, and if he wants to show some good faith, maybe he does work with us. Maybe there's some negotiating going on there. As we know, the watch on Justin Houston and Melvin Ingram is still out there. That was more important of an addition for this team if we lost Frank Clark, to go probably get both of those guys. So maybe we still bring one in, but we'll see. Like I said, if he doesn't get suspended at all this year, he will survive on this team. That is not a bad thing. We're all in. We are going for a Super Bowl this year, and anyone that already has a ring on that hand is certainly going to be a benefit to us, and we do know how he performs in the postseason. But I will say this, next season, after June 1st of 2020, we can cut him and save $19.5 million. So I don't think his stay here, I don't think he's going to last the full 5 years of his $100+ million contract. It was a 5-year deal. He's going into season 3. I don't expect him to be here next season unless he just really plays his ass off this year. A ring buys everybody time, and a ring can help you forget about a lot, especially specific performances that come with that ring. So I'm not going to rule out that he can earn the ability to stay here, but as it stands right now, a lot of money goes his way for 16, now 17 regular season games in a regular season. That really is where he kind of gets quiet. As a Chiefs fan, it's kind of hard to say, or it's kind of weird to say that, I don't really give a damn about the regular season. We're postseason. We know we're going, and that's that. And that is where things get important. But whatever. I'll go back to being a regular Chiefs fan for a second. You can't just look at the postseason when you're paying that kind of money. But that being said, we'll just put the Frank Clark watch on ice. I don't think we're going to see any major addition to this team now. We're going to keep an eye on the Tyrann Mathieu extension. A lot of Chiefs fans, I'm starting to see, aren't necessarily pushing for that extension to take place in the way that Tyrann wants it to. We will definitely touch base on that. But that's all for today. Again, this is Billy True Love Podcast 1558. Go Chiefs.